There are some wives who may show deep reverence and submission to their pastors, sometimes even kneeling down before them in church or other gatherings, but struggle to serve or respect their own husbands at home. This raises an important question: is it good for a Christian wife to respect the pastor more than her husband? The Bible provides clear guidance about the roles and relationships within marriage and the church. While respect for spiritual leaders like pastors is important, it should never come at the expense of the marital relationship or the biblical responsibility a wife has to honor her husband. In Ephesians 5 verses 22 to 24, the Apostle Paul instructs wives to submit to their husbands as the head of the family, just as the church submits to Christ. This teaching emphasizes the importance of a wife respecting and supporting her husband's leadership in the home. Respect here is not about blind obedience but about a loving, trusting, and supportive partnership that reflects God's design for marriage. A wife who respects her husband contributes to the unity, peace, and spiritual health of the family. Serving her husband, showing kindness, and honoring him publicly and privately are ways that respect is expressed in daily life. When a wife neglects this responsibility, it can create tension and conflict in the marriage and undermine the family's foundation. At the same time, the Bible encourages believers to respect and honor their spiritual leaders. Hebrews 13 verse 7 says, "Remember your leaders, who spoke the word of God to you. Consider the outcome of their way of life and imitate their faith." Pastors are given authority to teach, shepherd, and guide the church, and Christians are called to support them and show respect for their role. This respect can be shown through listening, praying for them, encouraging them, and honoring their position within the church community. Some cultural or church traditions might include physical gestures of respect, such as kneeling before pastors, which reflect reverence for their spiritual office. However, it is crucial to recognize that the husband's role as the head of the family is primary in the home, while the pastor's role is primarily spiritual and within the church community. The respect a wife shows to her husband should not be diminished or replaced by her respect for the pastor. Respect for the pastor and respect for the husband are not mutually exclusive but complementary. Both can and should coexist in the life of a Christian wife. The pastor's leadership is spiritual and meant to guide the faith journey, while the husband's leadership is familial and meant to nurture and protect the marriage and family. When a wife respects her pastor more than her husband to the point of neglecting or disrespecting her husband, problems arise. This could look like prioritizing the pastor's wishes over the husband's guidance, publicly honoring the pastor while ignoring the husband's needs, or even refusing to serve or support the husband while going to great lengths to honor the pastor. Such behavior can damage the marital relationship and create unnecessary conflict. It can lead to the husband feeling undervalued, disrespected, or even marginalized in his own home. This dynamic is unhealthy and not aligned with biblical teaching. In summary, it is important for a Christian wife to respect both her husband and her pastor. Respecting the pastor for spiritual leadership is biblical and important, but this respect should never be placed above or in competition with the respect due to her husband. The husband is the primary earthly leader in the marriage relationship, and honoring him is part of living out God's design for marriage. A balanced, God-honoring approach allows a wife to serve and respect her husband faithfully while also honoring and supporting her pastor. This balance promotes harmony in the home and within the church community.